Hello everyone. In today's video, I answer a question from a viewer. They left me a comment on my video, Dr. Christopher's joint formula and complete tissue and bone formula doses, how I take them. This question comes from Mary. Is any of this for psoriasis? I bought it for my psoriasis, just haven't started it yet until I know if it will help anyone, ? So today I'm going to talk about the formula. I do have a bottle of the salve here, the CT&B formula as what the school calls it in its initials. And then I'm going to read a portion out of my book, the Herbal Home Healthcare book from Dr. Christopher, and what it can do for cases of eczema. We could also clarify this as like psoriasis too. You do the same treatments that you do for eczema as far as what they teach as what you would do for symptoms of psoriasis. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get into it. So Mary, as a summary, yes, this will help treat psoriasis, the complete tissue and bone formula. You want to take it internally as well, so use the formula with the capsules of the CTB formula. You definitely want to use this topically for your psoriasis or wherever you have it. A lot of it usually occurs on the scalp. I struggle with this myself, and I do use it. It does work with the program. And so where you're going to get the best results, and what I can tell you is you're going to get the best results from using the program. The program will be the mucusless diet and the 3-day cleanse. And you may have to do that month to month to month and just see what happens. The mucusless diet, it goes back to what the school teaches. You're going to eat nothing but vegetables, fruits, grains, nuts, and seeds for duration, and you may want to do an experiment and see what foods you add back in that may be causing inflammation in the body. This could just be a test run, so that way you're not spending, hundreds if not thousands of dollars going to doctors for doctor visits. The 3-day cleanse works with the juices. You do the juices for about 3 days. You pick a juice that you'll drink for about 3 days or so, roughly speaking. They tend to use grape, apple, and carrots. Towards the end of the day, if you're a little hungry, you can eat some small portions of this, is what I've read and what I've studied. So it can be pieces of grapes, it could be some chunks of the carrots if you're choosing carrot juice, or it could be little bits of the apple from the apple juice. You want to drink those for at least 3 days, and then continue on the mucusless diet. And you will do the 3-day cleanse at the beginning of the month, every month, and continue on the mucusless diet month to month. This is just how the cleansing process works and how the program works holistically. And the reason why I had to say that is because you will get the best results from doing that if you do the program and follow those holistic practices, and you will start to see the results that you're wanting to see, not just using the herbs alone. Be as consistent with it as you can, of course. Just do your best. In that video, I was drinking it in a liquid form. I was taking the capsules, and I was using the ointment on top of that. And going back a few other videos, I also used this while I was on the Incurables program too. So, and I saw a great change in my skin and some other things that had cleared up as well. And then Mary, the other thing we could do is we could go through this portion of the book that I marked for this video. And I wanted to read another way of preparing it. So it's from our herbal aids section here, and this is in the eczema section for skin conditions. We're going to read number 4 here. For the most severe cases of skin diseases in the advanced stage, use a formula we called complete tissue and bone formula, internally and externally. Make a tea of the following herbs: 6 parts oak bark, 3 parts marshmallow root, 3 parts mullein herb, 2 parts wormwood, 1 part lobelia, 1 part skullcap, 6 parts of comfrey root, 3 parts walnut bark or leaves, and 3 parts gravel root. Soak the combined herbs in distilled water at the rate of 1 ounce of the combined herbs to a pint of distilled water for 4 to 6 hours. Simmer 30 minutes, do not boil, strain, then simmer the liquid down to 1/2 its volume. An example is 1 gallon of tea simmered down to 2 quarts of tea, which is called a decoction or concentrated tea. You'll soak flannel, cotton, or any natural material in the tea, wrap the fermentation soaked cloth around the malfunctioning area, and cover with plastic or wax paper. Leave this on all night, 6 days a week, for as many weeks as needed until relief appears. Continue a week or two longer for severe cases. Drink a fourth of a cup of finished concentrated tea with 3/4 of a cup of distilled water 3 times or more each day. So you'll dilute that down with 3/4 of a cup of water and 1/4 of a cup of that tea when you simmer it down. And this is just another tool you could use for treating eczema and psoriasis while you're following this program and such. Another tip we could do with advanced stages of psoriasis and eczema is you could take this ointment, you just get a good amount of it and wrap it around your head, or like in my case, this is what I would do for my psoriasis. I would put this massaged equally around my head. I would take a nice warm rag and wrap that around, or some kind of a, maybe a hand towel or something like that, or flannel, cotton flannel, and wrap that around my head, put a nightcap on, maybe even like a beanie cap like this, and have that wrapped with saran wrap for the night and go to bed with that 6 nights a week to treat my psoriasis. It's funny because I didn't actually get to try that. I didn't have the tools at the time, but I was using this consistently, and I noticed that my skin changed and was clearing up as I was on that program for the Incurables program. So there's some options there for you. That would be one way that you could handle your psoriasis. As an example, using me, I would just put it all the way around, saran wrap that with this, use a hot rag, and keep that all wrapped up. I would wrap first. I'm going to go back over it again. Massage this in first. Use a hot rag. Probably use some saran wrap so that way you don't get the bedding wet at night. Put a cap they don't really care for, or maybe even a shower cap over the head at night, and do that 6 nights a week for treating psoriasis on the scalp. So there's an example. And then I figured maybe you could figure out how to treat the other malfunctioning areas of psoriasis if it's on other places of the body, because it does occur on other parts of the body, or severe eczema does. Mary, thank you for your question, and I hope that this answers your question. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll talk to you soon.